So today we are going to start our sixth chapter of history, that is colonialism and the city. So in this chapter we will discuss regarding the colonial time period, rule under colonial rulers, and how our old Delhi becomes New Delhi. Okay, so this all we will discuss in our this chapter. So as you already studied about the 5 chapters of history, and in that we already discussed about that how life in the countryside changed after the establishment of British power. Means how the peoples who are living in India, how their lives become changed after the establishment of British power, that Britishers imposed their own rule and regulations to them. They force them to crop those to grow those crops only which are profitable for them. Okay, so like this, their life changes not according to their wish. Their life changes according to the wish of the British rulers. Now, what happened after the that period? Okay, when they establish their power over there, and when they capture many territories, so how they become more powerful by capturing many more territories or many more states of the India. So let's discuss about the modern cities, that how modern cities emerge with industrialization. What do you mean by industrialization? Means establishment of more and more industries. You called it industrialization. One word is also there and you called it urbanization. Urbanization means when more and more people are shifting in cities and towns. Okay, when they are settling down in cities and towns, you called it urbanization. Okay, and here is another one term, that is deurbanization. Deurbanization is opposite to the word urbanization. In urbanization, we shift in towns and cities, but in deurbanization, we are moving back to our villages from cities and towns. Okay, so these are 3 important terms which I already discussed with you. So now let's discuss regarding the industrial cities in Britain. In Britain, industrial cities like Leeds and Manchester. These cities grew rapidly in the 19th and 20th century because many people now want jobs, because now they are shifting in the cities and towns. Now they want some jobs from where they can earn their livelihood, because now they are not living in the village. They also want housing facilities because in the cities they don't have their own house, and they also want other facilities in that particular area. Okay, so like this, Leeds and Manchester grew rapidly. When people searched for the jobs, they shifted in the cities and towns, and they now want many more facilities. Okay, but Western Europe means Indian cities did not expand as rapidly in 19th century. Means the speed or the growth which Britain market or Britain cities were experienced. Indian cities did not expand with that particular speed. Okay. And what are the reasons for that? There are so many reasons for that. We will discuss these reasons. That you know that in the late 18th century, Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, all these are the important presidencies, and you call it presidency cities. Okay, and they become the center of British power in different cities. We are having these presidencies name as Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. And if these are the cities, presidencies of Britishers, so they are also the main center of the Britishers. That here uh, they frame their policies, and they discuss all the various issues over here only, or we can say that any ruler is having their center over there, means main head office we can say. Okay, so they are having their main head office in these presidencies only. Okay, there are so many towns also who are manufacturing, who are busy in manufacturing different things, but their production also started declining as the demands of the goods decline. Okay, when they shift from village to city for trading purpose, for producing something. But when they realize that the demand for their goods are dropping down, now what they did, they again shift from towns to the village. And when they are shifting back to their villages, you called it de-urbanization. Okay, I already discussed this term with you, that what do you mean by urbanization and what do you mean by deurbanization. Now the cities such as Machilipatnam, Surat and Sringapatnam. You already heard about all these cities in your chapter 2. So these cities were deurbanized during the 19th century because in the starting people started shifting in these industries, in these cities, and when they deurbanized, so these cities become, or we can say these cities come under the area of deurbanization. Okay, so by the early 20th century, this we were talking about the 19th century, na? That during the 19th century, all these cities become deurbanized. So by early 20th century, okay, now we are shifting to the 20th century. Only 11% of Indians were living in the cities. Rest all are still living in the villages, because in the villages they are having their own fields on which they can grow and they can earn their livelihood. Okay, now we will discuss that how Delhi become the capital of Britishers. Okay, in the starting, Delhi was not the capital of Britishers. Before before discussing this point, let's discuss other capital cities built by the built between the 12th and 17th century. Okay, so we are having the capital which was built by Shah Jahan. There is a city which was built by Shah Jahan, named as Shahjahanabad. Okay, from the name of Shah Jahan only we are having the name of the city, and the city name as Shahjahanabad. Okay, and we are having Lal Killa also. Killa, or we can say that Red Fort. We are having that Red Fort is made up of red sandstone, and that contains the palace complex. After that, that is having it Wesley, the walled city with 14 gates. Okay, and the main street of Chandni Chowk and Faiz Bazaar were also broadened. Okay, they were broadened, and the canal ran down the center of Chandni Chowk. Okay, कहाँ से जाती थी canal? From the center of Chandni Chowk. Okay, this was in this chapter we will discuss about the New Delhi and Old Delhi. Okay, that how the Delhi changes from New Delhi to Old Delhi. Okay, after that we are having Jama Masjid also, and Jama Masjid was the was among the largest and grandest mosque in India? Okay, this is very important question for you also. That name the largest and grandest mosque in India, that is Jama Masjid. Okay. And Delhi during the Shahjahan time period, it also having very important center of Sufi culture. Okay, and we will discuss some terms also which used by the Sufi culture, that we are having dargahs, we are having khana khas and eidgahs. Do you all know about all these terms? दरगाह मीन्स द टॉम ऑफ अ सूफी सन. जो सूफी सन का जो टॉम होता था उसे क्या बोलते थे आप? दरगाह बोलते थे. खाना खा मीन्स क्या होता था? You can say rest house for the travelers. That is your khana kha. Eidgah, Eidgah like an open prayer palace for the Muslims. Okay, where they can perform their prayers. So this was all about the buildings and their what we can say, and their builders, that who built which city or who built which building. Okay, now we are having a important point, मीर ताकी मीर. ठीक है, मीर ताकी मीर उन्होंने क्या बोला? He said that the streets of Delhi are not mere streets, okay, because these streets are very congested. They are like the album of a painter. Album of a painter means every new street is having its own history, and every new street is belongs to a new ruler. So we cannot say that if we are talking about any particular area of a Delhi, so the area nearby that particular city is belongs to that particular king only. No, every city, or you can say every street, belongs to a new ruler. Okay, and like this, Delhi is also divided between rich and poor. Okay, they are having different havelis which were used by the rich persons, and they are also having many places for the poetry and dance also, but these were usually enjoyed by only by the men. Women cannot be the part of this, you can say, poetry or dance. Okay, after that we are having making of New Delhi. Now we will discuss about the making of New Delhi. Okay, अभी मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले आपको बोला that Delhi was not the capital of Britishers from the starting. So which place? Sorry, or we can say that name the capital of Britishers in early time period. Yes, Calcutta, beta. Okay, capital of Britishers was Calcutta. When in 1803, when the Britisher gained control over the Delhi after defeating the Marathas, na, at that time Delhi was not the capital of Britishers. At that time, Calcutta was the capital of Britishers. And Calcutta, you know, na, it is an important city from the presidencies. They are having three presidencies. One is your Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay. So at that time, Calcutta was their capital. But after that, when they defeat Marathas and gain control over Delhi in 1911, ठीक है? After 1911, Delhi became the capital of British India. Okay, if your question will ask, which was the earlier capital of Britisher? So the answer will be the Calcutta. And when they captured Delhi in 1803 from the Marathas, and in 1911, Delhi became the capital of British India. Okay. Now it is clear to you all. So next, what we are going to discuss is, now we are having in Madras, or we can say Bombay, living places of Indians and Britishers were separate. Okay, they divide that particular city in black area or in white area. In black areas, black area was famous for the Indians, and white area are for Britishers. Okay, like this, they divide that particular city in two parts, black and white, and black peoples were not allowed to enter in the white areas. Okay, and after that, now we are having colleges also. So the establishment of Delhi College in 1792 led to a great intellectual flowering in the science as well as humanities. Excuse me. साइंस एंड ह्यूमैनिटीज वहाँ पे जो आपका दिल्ली कॉलेज स्टैब्लिश हुआ था इन 1792 एंड लार्जली इन द उर्दू लैंग्वेज दे फॉलो द उर्दू लैंग्वेज एंड दिस टाइम पीरियड फ्रॉम 1830 to 1857. 1857, have you remember that our revolt started from 1857 only. So this time period from 1830 to 1857 as a period of Delhi rebirth, that we are establishing new cities, we are establishing new schools and colleges for the betterment of the peoples. So the story of the rebirth of Delhi, we will continue with this topic in our tomorrow's class. So this was all about our today's class. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.